Hi, I'm David Hearn. This week on the Kia Road to Excellence, we profile one of Canada's rising stars.
Kia Road to Excellence, brought to you by the 2016 Kia K900. For more details, visit kia.ca/K900 today.
Every talented junior with aspirations of playing professional golf, at least on the men's side, dreams of teeing it up in the Masters at Augusta National. The privilege of doing so is often the culmination of going from top amateur to young pro to tour winner. For some, however, the opportunity comes much sooner. Such was the case for Canadian Corey Conners when he was welcomed onto the club's hallowed grounds for the 2015 Masters after being the previous year's U.S. Amateur runner-up. Though Conners missed the Masters cut, he was also the tournament's top non-pro, and he soaked up the entire experience, from driving down Magnolia Lane to lodging in the famed crow's nest atop the clubhouse with his fellow amateurs. However, the most emotion he showed might have come the previous August when he punched his ticket to Augusta by reaching that U.S. Amateur final. The stoic Conners and his good pal Taylor Pendrith, who caddied for him in the final few matches that week, let the lid off the bottle when Corey's Masters spot was secured.
When the match was over and kind of finished up at the golf course, we got in the car and we were just hooting and hollering, all cheering. It was a really cool experience and kind of sunk in there that I was going to get to go to Augusta.
Conners' story is a familiar one in Canadian golf. Much like Mike Weir, Graham Dillette, and Brooke Henderson, he grew up in a tiny town and spent almost every waking minute on the golf course. In his case, it was the 7,000-strong Listowel, Ontario and Listowel Golf Club, where he worked, played, and progressed before landing a scholarship to Kent State University. To this day, the course is truly a second home for Conners, who loves returning to his roots when his schedule allows.
I feel really lucky to grow up in a small town and definitely had a great childhood, and I think a lot of the top players kind of come from humble beginnings in small town golf courses, and it was great to be able to grow up in a place like this.
Everybody's so proud of him. He's been a terrific ambassador for the club, the town, and even for golf in Canada. You know, he's a great name and a great face to watch really excel.
His time at Kent State coincided with him being a 4-year member of Team Canada's national program. He won 4 college titles with the Golden Flashes, and outside of school, Conners won the individual title at the Toyota World Junior, the Ontario Amateur Championship, and the prestigious Jones Cup. Now a young pro, Conners is back to being a long way from Augusta and the Masters, splitting his time this year on PGA Tour Latino America and the Mackenzie Tour PGA Tour Canada after not being able to secure a Web.com tour card at Q School last year. He did endure some struggles early in his pro career, something he chalks up to getting away from the things he did so well during his amateur days. Those would be his superb accuracy off the tee and a strong mental approach that sees him successfully plot his way around the golf course.
He's very well prepared. His belief in himself is really key, because when you get to this level that he's at, if you believe you can do it, you'll do it. He hits a lot of greens in regulation. His stats show that.
Very consistent, you know, hits a lot of fairways, lots of greens, and he's a good putter. So, you know, he hits 14, 15, 16 greens around. When he's on, it's tough to beat him.
Conners has been much more settled in his second pro season, with several top finishes on both the Latino America and Canadian circuits, putting him in a great position to move up a level next year and make up for that Q School miss.
When I first started out, I was trying to change my game a little bit and trying to do too much with it. I obviously had a great amateur career, and I think just going back to some of the things I did in the amateur events that I had success will translate into the pro game. There's a lot of other things to think about, I guess, when you're out there. Your eyes can get pretty big at some of the prize money available, but I still got to play golf and still have to focus on the process of hitting good shots, and that'll translate into good results.
It's hard to blame a young golfer for letting his eyes get distracted by the prize, especially one who's already competed for a green jacket. But for someone who studied actuarial math in university, Connors knows that the odds of his road leading to golf's top rung will best be in his favor if he stays true to his calculated approach.
See myself on the PGA Tour. I know my game is good enough. I've continued to develop over the past few years, and I'm going to continue to work really hard at making the steps up and making the improvements needed to get to that level. Do that through the web.com tour, hopefully have some success out there, and then yeah, definitely see myself on the PGA Tour.